welcome to my views and news. Breaking news is from the Amhara region of Ethiopia, where Gondar-Bahir Dar road is closed. Ethiopian army has closed the road. Fighting is being reported between Amhara Special Force and Ethiopian National Defense Force. How big is this a conflict? Because in more than one places, fighting erupted between Amhara Special Force and Ethiopian army. And secondly, 2 days ago, Tigray interim cabinet was formed. Tigray interim president Getachew Reda has formed his cabinet, and Tigray state television announced that an opposition party had joined the interim government. Baytona National Congress of Great Tigray, Baytona, was mentioned by state media that it was part of the interim cabinet, but Baytona issued a statement a few hours ago. Baytona is denying, but there are two members of opposition party at Getachew Reda's cabinet. We have details for you. Firstly, viewers, last night rather, I shared with you a circular from Amhara Special Force Logistics Department. The circular was about disarming of Amhara Special Force. Amhara Special Force members were told to hand over their weapons to the weapon stores. And yesterday, second meeting was held in Bahir Dar about dismantling of Amhara Special Force. First meeting was held earlier this week. Second was held yesterday, and second was attended by top Amhara leaders like Damake Mekonnen, General Babo Tedase, Yelkal Kefale, and Ethiopian intelligence agency chief Tamasgan Terhone. Meeting ended, and then we saw start of disarming of Amhara Special Force, which started this morning. And since this morning, we have been receiving some reports of confrontation between Amhara Special Force and Ethiopian army. Ethiopian army is disarming Amhara Special Force members. From at least three places, we have received confirmation that there was confrontation between Amhara Special Force members and Ethiopian army. Gondar-Bahir Dar road is closed reportedly in Vrata. Vrata is in South Gondar. Why? Because why is the road closed? Because close to Vrata is a camp of Amhara Special Force. Ethiopian National Defense Force is going to encircle the camp and disarm all Amhara Special Force members there. And a reaction could happen. That is why road has been closed. Secondly, fighting is being reported in some places between ASF and Ethiopian army. In Gobiye and Kobo, reportedly, there were clashes between Amhara Special Force members and Ethiopian National Defense Force. In Debre Tabor too, there was an armed confrontation. And thirdly, in southern Tigray, where reportedly there was confrontation between Amhara Special Force and Ethiopian army. In Koram, Ofla and Zata, Amhara Special Force members refused to hand over their weapons, and some sources are reporting that around 100 Amhara Special Force members refuse to hand over their weapons, and they have entered Tivari river valley. They are starting an armed resistance. Ethiopian National Defense Force is trying to arrest them. So you see that this attempt by Ethiopian army to disarm Amhara Special Force is meeting with resistance. How big is the resistance? Can Amhara Special Force members continue resistance? I don't think so. Why? Because no one is there to lead Amhara Special Force members. The problem which disgruntled elements in the Amhara region are facing is that which they are facing is that there is no one to lead the anti-federal government sentiment in the Amhara region. Whoever speaks is put behind the bars. No politician, no militia leader is there to lead anti-government sentiments. Zamina Kasi in prison. Nama leaders just issue statements. Skandar Naga already quit politics, though he is in Amhara region, but he is not there to lead this Amhara resistance. And Amhara PP's top leaders are standing with federal government because they hold key positions. They are enjoying their privileges, their benefits of being in power. So no one to lead this anti-government sentiment in the Amhara region. That is why it will be difficult for Amhara Special Force members to continue their resistance. Resistance is not very widely spread. Just in a few places we are receiving reports of confrontation. But let's see, can Ethiopian National Defense Force control the situation? Road is still closed, Bahir Dar, Gondar Road. Secondly, viewers, Tigray interim government is facing first challenge. Tigray interim cabinet was formed 2 days ago. And Tigray state media announced that an opposition party was part of the cabinet. Baytona National Congress of Great Tigray was mentioned by Tigray's regional state media that Baytona was part of the interim cabinet, 27-member cabinet formed by Tigray interim president Getachew Reda. And the details shared by Tigray interim government included two names from the opposition party, Tadale Mengistu and Mogus Gebrexiaber. It was said that these two persons are from Baytona party. But just a few hours ago, Baytona issued a statement. Baytona party says it is not part of Getachew Reda's cabinet. The two who are being shown as Baytona members are no more Baytona members. Their membership has been suspended. It means that Tigray interim government tried or it succeeded in creating splits in Baytona party. Some members from Baytona have joined TPLF, but main party is not part of the cabinet. We have seen such division within the party in other regions as well, like in Oromia, an OLF faction led by Kajala Mardasa is part of the federal government, but other OLF faction, main faction led by other leaders is not part of the government. Same is the case in the Somali region. ONLF, one ONLF faction created by the regional government is part of Mustafa Umar's government, but main faction, main group, main ONLF party is not part of Mustafa Umar's regional government. Same is happening in Tigray. Getachew's government is trying to divide opposition, but opposition is going to be united now, I think. The two parties, opposition parties, were already out of the government. Now, third is joining them as well. Salsivogene and TIP did not join interim cabinet. Now, Baytona is going to join as well because Baytona has split. Two members joined Getachew's cabinet, others are out of the cabinet. So it means that again we're going to see joint opposition, Baytona, Salsivogene and TIP. Like joined it was a few weeks ago when they challenged TPLF's efforts for the formation of interim government without taking opposition parties fully on board. It was being hoped that Getachew's introduction as interim president could change political landscape in Tigray in terms of relations between the opposition and the interim government. But it seems that opposition does not want to be part of the government. Will Getachew allow opposition to carry out its political activities? That we'll see in coming days. So far, Baytona has denied being part of Getachew's interim cabinet. Thank you for watching.